everybody in this podcast seen Multiverse of Madness. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We want to talk about it. We can. We can give a little spoiler warning because when this comes out, the movie will be out for 3 weeks.
How about you give us a warning before you do that?
That was our Batman fucking cutscene.
That's a good show.
Hey,
I haven't watched it in so long. I remember enjoying it at the time, but as far as recently, I mean, I've watched almost every other kid show that I watched more recently. Now I know that I've watched Arthur. I know that I've watched SpongeBob. I know that I've watched Rugrats. I know that I've watched.
I know I've watched Hey Arnold more recently than I've watched Rugrats.
You don't have any kids though. Rugrats is more of a kid show than Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold's like a.
I've just
like
been
a,
watching cartoons.
like a preteen show.
I've watched
like
all of those shows.
You know, it's like a double digits age show. It's not something really.
Yeah, it's definitely like got some more
get down to
serious themes, I guess. More intricate themes, maybe. Elaborate.
Even just the animation style, you know, really is just like it's not like captivating like a lot of kids targeted for younger shows are. Shows targeted for younger kids are.
Mm-hmm.
The target demographic.
Yeah.
I'll give you my target demographic.
No, thank you. No, thank you. So how was everybody's break since we're coming back for the second week in a row of taking a break? Well, not second week in a row, but
Yeah, we took one break.
every other.
It took 2 breaks.
Well, we've taken 2 breaks. We recorded, recorded, and now we're recording.
But not consecutive
Break, record,
breaks,
break.
right?
And now we're recording.
Second of enough.
It was the second consecutive record break.
Yes.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
A calendar month at least. So how's everybody?
I'm good. I'm happy. I'm just, been watching a lot of basketball, obviously playoff basketball. Mavs are still in it.
So, Luka 32 in game 4.
Proving...
That's all I know. That's all I looked up.
Yeah, that's fair. Luka's a beast, bro. Luka is the truth.
He is the truth.
Your room looks a little different, Eric.
Oh yeah, I just rearranged a lot. I moved the couch upstairs, and then these chairs here used to be over here, and they got moved over there. My mini fridge is over here now.
There's another desk in there anymore.
New Jersey. There's still another desk in here.
Different angle.
It looks crowded, low-key.
Right here?
Yeah, but we don't have to sit on the floor anymore, so that's cool.
Facts. And it's really not too bad.
And we also don't have to sit on the floor anymore, so that's cool.
Also facts.
Biggest of facts.
So, I don't mind sitting on the floor.
Also true.
If there's no chairs available.
But that's not going to be the situation anymore. True. Unless there's more than, 7 of us? I thought we could fit 7 in there.
It's like almost every time we get together, I feel like. But there's also not always 7 of us in that room. It's usually just 4 of us.
Excited for our next get-together.
Emily's birthday party.
Yeah.
Which is
June 11th.
June 11th.
In the group chat.
It is.
In your calendar, my guy.
In the group chat.
So I'm either going to smoke 2 pork shoulders, because it's not going to be just us. Like, Burger's going to be there and a couple other people.
So extras.
Yeah. Or
non-main
a pork
characters.
shoulder and a brisket, depending on if I can
what
get
is this, a crossover?
like a 10-pound brisket or something like that.
I would enjoy a
14-pound brisket.
I always enjoy pork shoulder, but I don't get smoked brisket very often.
I just like free smoked meats. So
free? What?
You be hitting.
You don't want to pay
Yeah.
So dealer's choice, because I'm excited regardless.
I mean, I don't know. Emily's dad, they're moving. They're downsizing. And so he just gave us a fridge. And they had like an outdoor freezer. and that's like our meat freezer basically, because it's just full of meat. Like it's just a bunch of shit that we bought, and now that I'm like, I have the space. I went to Kroger the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna make a brisket, and then I was looking, and I was like, oh, briskets are $2.50 a pound. Might as well buy 4, and I spent $100 on brisket.
So you already have the
Which is-
brisket to smoke for us.
Yes.
So it's not 2 pork shoulders, it's a pork shoulder and a brisket.
It depends. I have to look because I don't remember how big those briskets are. So and I might go see if I can find like a smaller one.
Just cook the pork shoulder and then the brisket will be for me and you.
Okay.
Whatever the size.
All right, I got you. I'll go get a 20-pound.
Eating some of that brisket.
Yeah, you got me fucked up. There's meat up there, and I'm not gonna grab it. You know what I'm saying?
Who said it's gonna be up there?
Ha ha ha. Oh, it will be.
But yeah, so I just got to figure
guess
that
I'll be
out.
down.
But I'm kind of dialing in my new smokers still.
What kind of smoker did you get, Eric?
Sunday, I got an Old Country Brazos Deluxe
Brazzers.
smoker. Brazos, Brazos, like the river.
Like the Amazon owner?
No, that's Bezos. It took me a second. I did a lot of
Like the
research. The smoker that I really want is like $5,000, and I just couldn't justify it, even though I was justifying it. But I'll buy one of those, I don't know, 5 or 10 years down the road, and that'll be the smoker that'll like just last me through the rest of my life. That'll pass down along to my child.
Speaking of
Unless your kid just doesn't give a fuck about smoking
Oh,
meat.
no, they're gonna care about smoked meats.
Who doesn't care about smoking meat?
That's what
I feel
I'm
like
saying.
everybody would smoke meat if they could afford $5,000 smoking. If you had a $5,000 smoker in your backyard right now, you wouldn't smoke some meat. Of course, Nathan wouldn't. Nathan fucking hates everything.
Facts.
Literally
I love
everything.
smoked meat. I'm just lazy.
It is a very in-depth process to be completely.
Yeah, but
honest.
if you had a $5,000
many
smoker,
meats have you
everybody
smoked, Kyle?
except fucking Nathan would
He doesn't have
smoke
a
the meat.
smoker.
They're super fucking expensive, Nathan. Like
Why are you
a good fucking
bugging me
smoke-
off like
I-
that's not a valuable thing when it comes to smoking me? I'm like,
It is a
he's like,
super.
I understand why.
It is the point blank requirement to smoke meat is a smoker.
So why?
how many Grand Prix have you won, Nathan? Oh, you don't have a Formula One car?
That's why it matters when I have.
No, I'm saying you're saying in case you said Eric said I'm gonna hand down the smoker to my kids, and you said what if they're not into smoking meat? And then I said anybody who has a $5,000 smoker is gonna smoke meat.
Oh, there's more, but okay.
Right? No, those were all of the points. And then he said, well, why does it matter if I have the smoker? And it doesn't
How
matter
smug
if
he looks
he
with
has
his
the smoker.
arms crossed.
The fact is
No,
that
I
it was a
just-
free. If you have a free smoker, you're going to smoke that meat.
So, anyways,
all night long. So Emily's birthday, right? Like we're having the party on her birthday, and her parents are coming over the day before, and I'm going to be smoking steaks. I just gotta figure out.
Yeah,
oh my
that's-
god,
I've never had a
steak.
smoked steak.
smoked steak is literally the only way I'll make a steak at home now. I don't care if it takes 2 hours. It is the way. So basically, I just reverse sear it. I put it in the smoker for about an hour and a half, maybe 2, depending on how thick the steak is. And then I throw it on the fire. So, on the firebox, and I'll sear it off that way. It is hands down the best tasting steak I've ever had.
I've always heard sous vide is the best because it really does infuse the shit that you put into the bag deep
the
into the
butter and
meats.
the
Yeah,
thyme.
like you get to real penetration into the grains of the meat.
mine broke, and
I'll
I'm
give you
really
mine
upset about
penetration.
it. But it was like the only way. It's the only way I've cooked steaks for several years. Like last weekend or something, I was just like, "Damn, I really want a steak." I was like, "I don't feel." I mean, I have a cast iron pan and a gas stove, so like I can make a nice steak. I just again back to the laziness of not wanting to smoke. Like I just didn't want to do all that. Like with the sous vide, it's like tastes so good. It's super fucking tender, and it's like so low effort. You just put that shit in a bag and don't touch it for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and then you just sear it in a pan, and it's delicious.
Got me hot and bothered to this conversation. I think I have had smoked steak before. Nathan, I think got smoked steak from a steakhouse. and you gave me the rest.
Yeah,
It was really fucking good.
I'm gonna buy. I have a tomahawk. I'm gonna go get another one, and we're doing like a nice steak dinner with her parents on that Friday.
That's nice.
So if we have leftovers,
I almost bought
Let
a
me have one,
tomahawk
bro. Or like a
recently.
bite at least.
Yeah.
Which they had tomahawks at the Kroger by TCU, whatever.
do it.
And-
It's a great steak.
Well, I thought about it, but it's just like I don't have a way to cook a tomahawk. It's not like I don't.
They are a pain in the ass to cook. That's
So
why
big.
What do you cook? Just on a grill?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could try to finish it on the grill. I mean, I guess
Yeah, I would reverse sear it for
we
sure.
have like a very small, like tiny charcoal grill. That my
Charcoal
brother
grills are
bought.
finicky too. You have to really put in a lot of time to learning how to effectively utilize a charcoal grill. Like getting the
Or a propane man myself.
propane grills are just so easy.
They're
It's
so
instant.
easy. Yeah.
So instant. So like I'm gonna buy just like a shitty, $50, not shitty, but a cheap or
I don't know if
$50
you can
like
get a
Weber
$50
grill.
one.
Yeah, you can get like those OG Weber grills are like $50. I'm gonna go buy one, and the fucked up thing is that we had one whenever we moved, and my dad gave it to us, and then I just put it on the curb for somebody to take because we had a propane grill, and I was like, I'm never gonna use this, and now I'm like, damn.
Taste the meat,
But it
not
would just
the
make
heat,
it also
brother.
easier for me to heat up my coals for my smoker, because I just put it on my gas grill now, and they're just there, and so
Yeah.
just so much ash goes down. I think some of it's getting into like the gas piping. So I also want a new gas grill because that one took a hard tumble, and it has genuinely affected it. So it was like we got the grill for like Easter. It was an Easter present, and right, and
Thank you, Jesus.
that spring facts, Jesus died for my meat.
Whoa.
Pause.
Whoa.
Is that what the holes in
Somebody's
his
going
hands are
straight
for?
to fucking hell. That's.
So
I think we found the
anyways,
title for this fucking video.
That is 100% the title for the video.
I was paying attention.
So he was up it was a terrible storm. I'll repeat it for you, Drew. I said Jesus died for my meat because
You don't have to repeat it for him. He's going to hear it again. Now he's going to hear it like 4 different times.
Anyways,
Now I'm gonna look at myself
it
in
was
the camera.
during spring, and it was like I think that was like an early Easter, like in the spring, like in March or whatever. So, or early April, and it was a bad storm, and like the winds were super bad, and it just picked that fucking grill up in a brand new tank of propane and threw it like 25 feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
tinted it up real bad. I can't even get the battery out of the igniter, so I have to use matches now.
That's dangerous or scary.
Oh really?
The door's fucked. It broke one of the grates. Like, it just that grill took
Gotta
a
chain that bitch down.
facts. I don't have to worry about that with my new smoker because that fucker's like 600 pounds.
So most of us are in relationships, right? But it's not weird if we talk about how hot a fictional character is, right? So did you guys see the new She-Hulk trailer?
I did not. I
I
mean,
did-
to
I
watch
saw the
that
clip
today.
you sent us, but beyond that.
But she carries a full-grown man as a baby, like a baby.
Oh, you're a submissive.
No, not at all.
Kyle said you're looking
But-
real submissive and breedable right now.
And breedable for sure.
I'll carry you over the fucking doorstep right now.
It's not the same, Kyle. It's not the same.
I'll pay myself green.
But no, that looks
It's
really
not
good.
She-Hulk, it's
You should
He-Hulk.
watch the trailer.
You mean just
Looks really
Hulk?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
We only
He-Hulk.
differentiate. Yeah, we only get the difference between it if it's a woman because women are, less superior.
When's Day Hulk coming out?
Facts.
That's a. Eh.
Uh,
I don't know
I
when
mean,
it comes out.
technically, Hulk is a they. He's Bruce
He is a
and
they.
Hulk.
You do
Who's
be a they then.
they. He is plural. He's.
Don't tell Hulk that.
hey, you better watch out who.
I mean,
who you're calling plural.
especially in the MCU, he's a smart Hulk. That's a super infusion of.
Is
both,
he like in the comics? Isn't there like a multitude of Hulks? Like,
for sure?
isn't there like
Yeah,
giant fucking Hulk and then like smart
mean,
Hulk and then like,
he like. Yeah, I guess like MCU Hulk is pretty nerfed.
Oh no! I forgot the Mavs games tonight while
Yeah.
we're recording this.
Yeah, I've got it up on my
Isn't
screen.
there a comic series where like Hulk like survives until the end of time and he's like the last person on Earth and he just tries to kill himself over and over again? I'm almost positive there is.
think so. Yeah, he he lets Bruce Banner kill himself or something, and then it's just the Hulk until the end of time. And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like damn, I fucked up.
Isn't that a part of the Logan story? Old Man Logan.
Speaking of
No,
Logan,
no, and Old Man Logan, which is a part of the fucking Secret Wars story, sort of. Logan, it kind of starts off with the Hulk. Logan going into a village of Hulks, like there's a whole like inbred family of them. And then he kills a bunch of them, and the dad Hulk, which I think is like main Bruce Banner Hulk, like eats him, and then he just cuts himself out of the Hulk and kills him.
And then like in the comic book version of the Thanos fight, doesn't like Wolverine like get super close to killing Thanos, and then he has to use the time zone to go forward like 1,000,000 years until like the adamantium like literally disintegrates.
That I'm not too sure. I'm
almost
familiar
positive
with that
I heard about
storyline.
that's pretty wild. Speaking of Logan, I saw a fan adaptation, like a fan art of Radcliffe as Wolverine, and it was pretty fire.
Have you seen him in
Pretty gas.
The Lost Symbol? He has a pretty massive like beard, and he's a.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
No,
you were talking.
I was
I just
gonna continue to describe like the suaveness of Daniel Radcliffe, but it was pretty unimportant. Go ahead.
Well, no, I remember me and Drew kind of had this conversation, and I think it was after one of the last times we were recorded, where I kind of had. It was either during the podcast or after, where we were talking about how like
Zac Efron.
Yeah, I think I ended up thinking of somebody who I think would play a good Wolverine. I think Shia LaBeouf would actually be a really good Wolverine.
I can agree with that.
Like he's taller, whatever, but like I think
Is he taller?
Really
Wait, he's like 5'10".
Yeah, he's definitely
I thought he was like 6 foot at least.
I think he's taller than both of them.
Yeah, I don't think he's 6 foot either. But he's like pretty close to Zac. I would say he's pretty close to Zac Efron. Zac Efron's 5'9". I mean, that's not short.
Yeah, I mean in the comics, Wolverine's like hella short. He's like
he's like
5'9",
which is what Daniel Radcliffe is. So, I mean,
Shia LaBeouf is 5'9".
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that short.
Didn't you all see the?
It's
tax
funny.
collector?
The guy who played Zero in whatever it's called, Holes, is taller than Shia LaBeouf now.
Interesting.
He's 6'1".
Yeah, that dude is huge though. He's like a full grown man.
That's crazy. How I guess just how movies like change or like how you perceive people, because like they definitely make characters, like Tom Cruise, like tiny. I would have like never have thought Shia LaBeouf is 5'9". Like that's wild.
I don't feel like any of his movies make him look particularly tall.
They just don't make him look particularly short.
Because 5'9" is not
I guess
short.
like
that's why I said shorter. You know,
pretty average height.
Yeah, I guess, but I also don't like consider myself a tall person. Like I consider myself like of average height.
I also feel like you have that posture.
I assume, yeah. I mean,
I feel like you. I
also feel like you're ugly.
If you're not actively trying to get your full height in, I feel like you stand at like a 5'11".
I guess, yeah. I'm 6'2".
I know.
Not average height. The fuck?
Well, you're definitely tall, but I feel like whenever you stand, like if we did like a candid measurement of you where you weren't actively trying to be measured, I feel like you'd hit 5'11", like because of posture. Sure. Which I mean, that's not a slight at you, but I feel like that.
You better fix that shit before you get 80 and you're hunched over.
First of all, at 80, we're all going to be hunched over.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Ain't nobody standing up straight at 80.
Also, like, how many old tall people do you see? Like, that's not a thing.
Plenty.
Blue pill, huh?
Yeah, that shit works.
Yeah, whenever we're measuring, do we do underneath or on top?
Underneath.
On top? Who the fuck is doing underneath? Are you trying to
underneath, bro? 5
underneath
5 inches. Fuck out of here.
I'm doing on top, and I'm angling that shit down.
You do underneath, you get more, bro.
You do underneath, you get more.
No shot. You pushing your balls back?
Mick Murray measures from underneath.
What if it's cold outside and your balls are all fucking tight?
I was in the pool.
5.15 inches.
Real things that everybody in this podcast has done.
Everybody in this podcast seen Multiverse of Madness. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We want to talk about it. We can. We can get a little spoiler warning because when this comes out, the movie will be out for 3 weeks.
How about you give us a warning before you do that?
Oh, that was the Batman fucking cutscene.
Something's in my ass.
I actually don't have a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it was a good movie, but it's not like Spider-Man where I feel like I can go super depth into it.
No, I mean, not go into depth, but like definitely I would talk about things that probably are considered spoilers. Like,
I mean, I feel like
non-spoilery.
Go ahead.
Non-spoiler, it's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I mean, we already
if
did
you
the
like
spoiler
Sam
alert.
Raimi and like the Dead Army, what else has he done? I'm not a big Sam Raimi guy, but I enjoyed Spider-Man. But it has a lot of fun horror aspects. I wouldn't say it's a horror movie,
Jump scares.
but it has a lot of fun jump scares. I didn't jump at any of them, even on my first time viewing it. But it was still like
I can't think of a jump scare.
This is different.
I probably wear shorts when it's cold.
I could definitely tell when it was supposed to be 3D though. I hate that. Like there's moments that you can even when you're in 2D, you're like, oh, that was a 3D moment.
Yeah, at least they didn't do that super
I
gimmicky
guess.
pull shit from the screen thing like they used to. Like I was so
Uh,
cringe watching those movies back in 2D.
Yeah. And then like even
tried
watching it in
Spy
3D,
Kids
like
3D?
what a dumb concept. Like that's not what I
Cool
want.
as shit though. Like Spy Kids 3D killed it when I
the
was a kid.
first time.
Like,
The Spy
does not
Kids
hold up.
3D was the only movie that made it work because it was the first one. Like, but after that, you were just like, oh, you got to pay an extra $4 for the glasses. I always intentionally didn't put them in the recycle bin because, like, you pay for them. You pay $4 more for the fucking ticket. You want me to give them back to you? You got me fucked up.
For the longest time, I had the 3D glasses that came whenever you went to go see Spy Kids 3D that looked like the actual goggles.
Yeah.
I had it for the longest time, and I lost them. They were in
Right.
my old Game Boy Color case. Or Game Boy Colored people. Some of the good jump scares
what'd you say about colored people?
that are not spoilerly. Huh? What about colored people?
I was just
I
asking.
don't think you can describe a part of the movie as a non-spoiler like that. You know.
Watch me. So there's one point whenever they're running away from the villain of the movie down this corridor, and what they do is they're closing the doors behind them, and Doctor Strange and friends. And there's a point where the villain gets stuck behind the wall, and they do the classic horror movie where everybody stops running for whatever reason,
I like that.
turns around, and is like, they haven't busted that door yet. What's going on? And then just looking and looking. And then it's like goes on for a while, and then all of a sudden they like instead of busting through the wall or the door, they like come sideways in the shot and come right at you.
That was pretty good.
And they're like all bloodied and like have red eyes and look like a zombie. It's pretty scary. And then there's another one where redacted character is trying to help out somebody out of rubble, and the villain just comes up behind them and snaps their neck, and it looks super creepy.
That was
It doesn't snap their neck; it literally rips their face in half. Yeah, it's grabbed like that, and the frame by frame, like it's ripped. The face is ripped in half. It's wild.
That's sick. Yeah, because I saw a freeze frame where she's grabbed her face when he grabbed their face like that. And I was like, how do you snap somebody's neck?
Yeah, no, she ripped his face in half.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good movie.
This is spoiler for sure. But the part when they're falling through the different multiverses was super.
Oh, spoiler for the movie called Multiverse of Madness. They fall through multiple multiverses.
That was
Got
pretty
it.
cool. The paint one was lit.
Yeah,
They fall through multiple universes,
Multiverses.
Yeah.
the cartoon one was pretty cool.
but not multiple multiverses. Only one multiverse, and it's madness.
This is multiverse.
I will say the movies this so far in this phase have been good, but like that's kind of it. It's just like I don't know.
Were you done? Sorry, were you done?
Sorry. It's just I don't know. It feels I don't know. It just feels like there's hasn't been a setup for anything. I guess everything's just kind of felt like solo movies so far.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that all of the movies have been individually good, but there has been no ties, right? Like even I feel like phase one you can't really count, right? Because it's all set up, right? But even going into phase two, like we already had some convergence of the worlds, right? And there's been no Venn diagram. Like, I feel like Multiverse would have been a super easy way to do it, right? Throw some fucking Watcher in there. Throw like a Loki running through the background of a multiverse fall through scene. Like just a little like Easter egg like that to connect them a little bit, right? Like show one like Loki alligator in the background, just to tie a little bit of something that's going on in phase 4, like with the other shit going on in phase 4.
Like obviously,
all they're doing right now to kind of pull them in together is just referencing Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the only cross I feel like. I guess the What If series with Captain Carter is a little bit of a cross, but like not nearly as much.
Like WandaVision definitely crossed into this, but like that's about it.
Yeah,
but like what movie besides Spider-Man, and I guess this one is not introducing new characters or introducing new heroes, movie or TV show? I mean, Hawkeye references the Avengers, you know. You have Loki, which references Loki's whole entire experience in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, so far it just seems like we're getting what everybody's up to after Endgame.
It feels like phase 3.5.
It should take forever.
Yeah. It feels like phase 3.5. Like,
well, that's because phase 3 was such a big fucking deal.
I don't even think, honestly, it's that. I think it's just because COVID fucked up the releases for everything and, like, the filming schedules for everything, so everything got delayed, and shit's just, like, obviously it's not coming out the way that they wanted it to originally. And
even in Spider-Man, like, the crossover between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, those are, like, phase 2, phase 3 characters. Like, I want some crossovers from our new characters, right?
They bring in phase -6 characters.
Like, they gotta introduce them. I mean, like, maybe, like, my thing that I would like is that in the first Fantastic Four movie, Spider-Man's just there, and Spider-Man's a part of the Fantastic Four and helping them with something personally. I would love that. But, like, you can't bring people in during the Eternals. You can't bring people in during Moon Knight. Like, they need their own space to grow and find an audience, and then you introduce them in those other stories. That's the thing. It's like the first phase, nobody's in those movies with each other. Like, it's not until Avengers that they're all thinking. You have like side characters like Coulson and Nick Fury, but that's it.
So it's
like, yeah, but this
I guess you really got to.
They're their own individual
stories. The biggest difference is like this is not. You can't compare it to phase 1.
Yes, I can, because we're introducing new characters.
That's what I was going to say.
Every Marvel phase introduces new characters, so that doesn't make sense.
So in Black Panther,
in
Black Panther, who else is in that movie other than Black Panther and the characters surrounded by Black Panther? In Ant-Man, who else in Ant-Man other than the people that are crucial to that story outside of already established movies are in that movie?
What they should have done is they should have taken a chapter. They should have taken a page out of video games, right? And they should have done. This should have been Chapter 2, Phase 1, right? Phase 1, 2, and 3 are Chapter 1 because it has so much of a feel of Phase 1. It should have been another Phase 1 for a new chapter of the Marvel Universe, right? Like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have phase 1, 2, and 3 were all related to chapter 1, right? Which where obviously phase 1 was the slowest because it was the introduction of the chapter. This should have been chapter 2, phase 1, right?
But they kind of already do that, right? Because all those movies, phase 1 through 3, are known as the Infinity Saga, and those are within those movies are within that time frame and like that title. This is now new. We don't know. Like, we don't know where we're going
You think they're going to continue Avengers? Like, you think there's going to be a new Avengers rosters at some point?
For sure.
No, probably. But I think they called it Phase 4 specifically just because they're bringing in Fantastic Four. Like,
we also have to take into account...
to your point, Kyle, I guess to answer your question, I think the Fantastic Four are going to be this phase's Avengers.
Not the X-Men?
I don't think... I don't know, like, they keep teasing the fucking... Well, no, they just keep teasing mutants over and over again, and when we get them, I doubt, like, I don't know, something tells me we're not gonna, like, get the full team. We're gonna, like, get a slow... Like, we're gonna... I feel like we're gonna get a lot of fucking mutant movies, which is cool. I'm stoked for, but it's gonna be a lot of solo movies.
Do we have full rights now?
Yeah,
100% rights.
I think they will do an X-Men, maybe like a Wolverine and a Professor movie, but I feel like they'll do an X-Men movie sooner than you think, because all they have to do is do what they kind of did with Guardians.
It also depends on what version of the X-Men they're deciding to go with as well.
Right.
Do you think they're going to build from the ground up? I like a lot of the characters they did for the First Class series. I like a lot of them. There's many I don't like as well, but a lot of the main characters they chose, I liked a lot.
No, for sure. I mean, X-Men's definitely like my favorite like Marvel property. So like I'm excited for them to be in the MCU because I know. I mean, hopefully, I don't know. The MCU usually does a pretty good job with shit. Like as far, I mean, whether they're accurate or not, it's still pretty entertaining.
I feel like First Class and Days of Future Past were both good, and Apocalypse just kind of shit the fucking bag.
I liked those movies for sure.
Phoenix was awful. Rise of the Phoenix, yeah.
I haven't seen the last two.
On Amazon.
I've seen Apocalypse, and it was ass, and it just...
Facts.
I also feel like we've had, what, double-digit movies close to? We've got to be at, like, 9, right? What do we had? 4? We had 5 in the first.
3.
Well, 3 main, but then we had Wolverine,
Wolverine had 2
like
movies.
8 or 9.
Wolverine had 3 movies.
We had Logan, so we had 5 in the first, and 4 in the second, so we're at 9,
No, we had 6. There's 3 X-Men 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Then there's Wolverine, the second
X-Men
Wolverine.
movies.
There was 2 Wolverines.
There's 13. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There was Wolverine and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
X-Men.
A few Days of Future Past is also kind of done as a Wolverine.
X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, the Wolverine. I guess this is
don't count First Class. The Wolverine is 5.
X-Men First Class is an X-Men movie though.
I know, but I'm counting like the 2 timelines. The Wolverine was in the first timeline.
But then we can't count Days of Future.
I'm not counting Days of Future Past. I'm counting the first timeline.
They're counting.
Then if it's the first timeline, there's only 4 or 5.
They're counting both Deadpool movies as X-Men movies.
No, because Logan is the first timeline.
Without those,
because it's got
X-Men movies.
Okay, then 6.
That's what I'm trying to say. 6 and 4, which is 10, which is what I said, double digits, right?
Well, you kind of have to include
Eric
Deadpool.
also said there's 13 X-Men movies, so
including the 2 Deadpool movies.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, he's a mutant.
Yeah.
And there's X-Men characters in that movie.
That is true.
But that would be in phase 2. So what is it, 5 and 6?
There are 13
Well, yeah,
movies.
5 and 6, 2 Deadpool movies, and then there's the New Mutants.
Oh, that's interesting.
I forgot about it. New Mutants is almost... I don't think they established which timeline it's part of.
It's still an X-Men movie.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well, it's
I don't know
not. It was a part of the... I mean, none of them matter anymore. It was a part of the Fox universe, and like that doesn't really... I don't think they're going to pull from those ones. I think they're going to pull from like characters from maybe the first 3. If they take characters from those movies, like maybe the first 3.
Well, they've already
Days of
taken
Future Past.
Xavier.
I don't think you're going to see him again. When we see Professor X again, it's either going to be a new actor or it's going to be James McAvoy for sure.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I definitely. He's getting too old, man. Like,
yeah, like he's not.
He's
not
going to be on my
phases.
Facebook feed soon for sure.
Yeah.
Let's not say that about Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart, you're just going to
Stewart.
disrespect his name for like that? The
Says
fuck
man
out of
who says He's
here!
going to see him dead in a couple of days.
Shit, I mean, I said that about Sir Sean Connery as well, but I mean,
That's also Sir. So
I said Sir.
Sir
I said
Ian
Sir.
McKellen and
Listen
Sir
to him
Patrick
back.
Stewart's like my favorite celebrity friendship, I think.
Who?
Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, 100%. Sir Ian is probably one of the best actors of our time.
On a completely kind of related and unrelated note, I think I would commit cold-blooded murder to be knighted by the Queen. Just saying.
well,
Queen, if you ever need
most
some wet
people
work,
do commit cold-blooded murder to be united by the Queen.
just
Most
come in
nights.
knighted by the Queen.
Most nights
I think you have to be a national.
I've
don't
committed
you?
cold-blooded murder.
I don't think
I'm about
anybody
to
gets
apply
no
for citizenship.
I don't know who's the last person that was knighted. I know they were knighting celebrities there for a minute. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but I think they were knighting native celebrities. I don't think
I
anybody.
mean,
has
for sure.
gotten
I don't think. Yeah, probably nationals. I don't think.
I'm literally about to apply for dual citizenship, so there's a chance.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Eric.
British citizen.
I would bet
The last
everything
person
in my
knighted.
possession that you don't get knighted before you die.
The last person knighted was 7-time Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton. He was knighted December 30th, 2020.
Where's he from?
I'm assuming.
Italy, right? Formula One.
No, it's a.
There are so many
worldwide
different
sport.
so many different nationalities in Formula One. I think he's British though.
I'm about to find out with a simple copy and
He's a
paste.
British
He is
racer.
from, United Kingdom, Stevenage.
Just hit the. Can you get knighted if you're not from the United Kingdom?
Man, it was wild.
I feel like that's a good barroom fact. Just in general.
Who is it? That's definitely not the Queen, though. Who's knighting this man?
I think anybody from the royal family can knight people.
Say less.
So like duchesses and dukes.
I'm getting knighted.
I think they have to have permission though from.
Well, I specifically. Well, no.
What-
This
Non-Brits can be honorary knights and dames if they've made a significant contribution to British life. So yes,
All right. So all I have to do is
Yeah,
move to
but
England,
honorary does
all
that
right,
still
and then-
count?
Yeah, 100%. It's still gonna go in my title.
You know what I just recently?
Wait. So, award intelligence recently, blah, blah, blah. American Knights don't get to call themselves sirs, but can use their award post-nominal letters KBE,
Yeah,
which I'm assuming is
Knight
Knight
of
of Great
Britain. Yeah.
Knight of the British
Britain
Empire.
edition.
You know what
The
I
Knight
just
British
recently
edition.
found is that major medical universities give out honorary PhDs to contributors. So like literally you could become a doctor by just having a fuck ton of money.
Interesting.
So like you can like literally
Dr. Phil?
get the designation doctor from a medical university without having to go through any of the stuff by
Now, do I have to pledge money or donate money in order to get that?
I think you have to.
Probably
I think
not.
they have to receive the money,
Yeah.
money in hand.
So I can't pledge.
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's got to be a fuck ton, like a metric fuckload.
I'm thinking
of
like
money.
50 million.
I would say
minimum.
probably. I would say. I would
or
say
just
9
be
digits,
a
yeah.
celebrity. They just get Taylor Swift. Literally, just got a fucking
honorary
doctorate. Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure she didn't donate? Because I mean, she's a very rich.
Either
woman.
way, what the fuck does she deserve to be a doctor for?
Okay, I'm not saying she deserves it, but I'm saying. But I think
she's a doctor of the heart. Come on now.
I think that 100% you have to give.
No,
the
no,
money.
I was just saying, like, to your point of, like, if you donate enough money, I was just like, yeah, or you could just, because I know that they also, like, just a lot of universities will, like,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
honorary. Mostly it's just to, like, try to get somebody to come give a commencement speech, I feel like.
I think. I bet she donated money to get it. I bet nobody's, celebrity or not, gotten it without giving money to the cause. Also, how does that work? Like, do you get a degree or like, who fact checks that? Dr. Swift? I gotta pee and I'm getting a beer.
But I mean, also, like, granted, I don't work in, like, HR of my job, but, like, I don't know, when you tell a job, when you're applying for jobs or whatever, and you tell them you went to a university, like, I don't know how many places are, like, actually checking to see if you went to this university, especially after, like, a certain age.
Yeah, they just don't care. I think they only care if you, depending on your position. Like entry level, they just don't give a fuck.
Like oddly enough, when I was like, I got my current job through like I guess kind of like a temp agency thing. Like I'm a contract worker. They asked for a fucking copy, like my highest level of like degreeable education.
I think that's only because you went through the temp agency, though.
Well, like either way, like they asked me for a copy of my GED.
That's probably so they could prove
bitch,
that,
what?
because-
Like I am almost 30. The fuck
but
does it matter?
If you didn't if it came out right that you didn't have it, like to your employer,
they're liable.
It would fall back on them, and it would look.
No, for sure. I understand like the liability reasons and shit like that, but it's also like I'm 30. What the fuck does it matter if I have a GED or not?
I've made it this long. I'm smart enough to survive.
You got enough real world knowledge at this point.
Yeah.
Like every job on my resume, I guarantee you pays more than the people working in that temp agency office.
No shots to, temp agency workers.
No, do your thing.
Y'all are good people,
I am just terrible with impulse spending, so I have to get jobs to accommodate that kind of lifestyle,
I almost decided to risk it all. So this Thursday, I woke up last Thursday, sick. I thought I had allergies, but I guess I was just sick. And like Friday and Saturday, it really just all it was like I was just congested as shit. And then Sunday it started breaking up or whatever, and then Monday I was just
breaking
out my nose, just drainage. And so Monday I'm working from home. I literally I still have it in the office. I have a toilet paper roll, and I'm just like constantly blowing my nose. I'm miserable. My nose is raw.
Toilet paper?
Yeah, I don't have to Kleenex, bro. I don't get sick. I don't have allergies. So Kleenexes aren't really needed in my vicinity. Anyways, so I'm like miserable all day. And so I get this call from a guy. We'll call him Jimmy. And he's a rep. So I answer the call and I'm just like, thank you for calling Merchant Services. My name is Drew. May I ask who I'm speaking with? And he was just like, why'd you say it like that? And I'm taken back, and I'm just like, wait, what? And I was like, I'm sorry, what do you mean? And he's just like, why'd you say it like that? Like, I'm annoying you because I'm calling you. And I sat there, what felt like 5 minutes, but it was probably only for 10 or 15 seconds. But like, I was like in my head battling with myself to like, do I say something really fucking smart here? Or like, because I don't want you to fucking call me? Because I'm just miserable. And he's like coming at me at my tone while I'm like, holding my mouth open, breathing out of my mouth. He's just like, why aren't you happy? And I was like, eventually I just said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I can try to cheer up my voice if you like me to. And he's like, oh, well,
why didn't you say that?
I would be, yeah. He's just like, oh, I always try to come across cheery whenever. And I was like, okay, whatever, Jimmy. Fucking sound black. Just wanted to drop the biggest N-word and just be. I thought about it. I thought about just going off on the phone. That's the closest I've come to.
That's a pretty
getting
big
off
gamble.
the phone. It made me realize telling girls to just smile is not a cool thing to do. I don't do that, but anybody who listens who does that.
I've had a moment like that, but it wasn't necessarily that low on the scale. And I say that not to disrespect, but the instance that I had was a white guy being extremely racist, and he called me the N-word over the phone. And I feel like that's a 10, right? And so I went the fuck off. Sure. I called him every name in the book. I called him a motherfucker. I said, you know what? Wait, this is your office address? Blah, 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 blah. Listed it off. It's a good thing I'm right around the corner because I'll be there in a minute. Mm-hmm. And my boss was like, Eric, you can't say that. And I was like, yeah, well, shouldn't have called me the N-word. And my boss was like,
what?
There's nothing I can really do here. Like, I can't say
well, actually, he can say that because the customer's always right. No, like, I think the reason why I got so upset is because Nathan might be able to attest to this, but like in my line of work. Reps are the worst because they're very entitled.
Yeah.
And like they're like, you need to do this for me, do it now.
I mean, yeah,
you
coming
worthless
across and
scum.
saying, why'd you say it like that? Like, that's
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
like,
just like, motherfucker, because I can.
yeah,
The
like,
fuck? What are you gonna
called me,
do?
the fuck you want?
A lot of the reps there seem to have like this idea that we work for them type of vibe. Like we're there for their benefit. And we're like, no, like you are super insignificant in the scheme of our jobs. Like you're like they're also commission based. So like if they're calling about an unhappy like customer, if that customer closes their account, I think like they start
They take
losing
that hit.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they get like really shitty. Like I've been on calls before, and they've been some of my favorite calls because they've been with shitty reps. But like I had been on calls before where like I could listen to a rep lose a customer. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, Jimmy, you dumb piece of shit. Like you don't deserve that customer. I'm glad this happened to you. I don't even have to be here anymore. I could have hung up 10 minutes ago. I'm just sitting here on mute listening.
Yeah, it's pretty great when that happens. But you know, bitches be bitches.
But also like I stayed talking to people wild when I worked there. I had for like the first 2 years, I think I was pretty like patient and really like customer servicey, and then after that, I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like once like this switch in my brain went off, that was like I fucking hate this job and. There's nothing I'm going to do that's going to get me fired, so I'm just going to chill and just do whatever the fuck I want to do. And so I used my sick days, like holidays, and talk to people how I want to talk to them.
That's me. Unofficially, not. I don't do that.
I just saw a commercial. And apparently there is a Mountain Dew Legend at BDubs, and it's a blackberry
the black cherry?
Long Island iced tea.
Right? I'm drinking a
I don't know why I
blackberry
got
Dr.
excited.
Pepper.
It sounds kind of tasty though. I literally I had the same look on my face when I saw the commercial. I was like, let's just say Long Island iced tea. No shot.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I can't think of anything more white trash and more fun than
That's what I was
a
saying.
Mountain Dew blackberry
So you trying to go to
Long Island. I
BDubs
see.
Friday night or
Shit, if I want diarrhea, bro, I'll hit you up.
say less?
I can't stand BDubs.
Hey,
I'm actually trying to figure out what to eat right now.
There's a BDubs around the corner that's actually pretty good. They're accommodating, which is nice because like I like to mix my wing flavors. Like I get garlic parm and buffalo, and they toss them together, and it's good.
I'm just watching Nathan fuck with Alicia Keys.
I'm fucking done. But like most BDubs won't mix them because they have their separate wing baskets or pans that they fucking and they refuse to wash them. Like
It's not even that hard. Like throw them bitches in a to-go box. Shake it up. The fuck?
Or just
Goddamn.
run some water on that bitch. Like
that's what I'm saying. But they're like, no, we can't do that. Why? Why can you not?
Because I don't know how to request that, mostly.
It's so stupid.
There's
But
not
this one does it.
button
And
for
the
that.
wings
That's
are
fucked
pretty
up.
good from there.
The only flavor of theirs that I like is Asian Zing. And that
The
was
mango
introduced to me
habaneros, right?
like within the last couple of years through my last girlfriend. And that's about it. I don't like, I think their mango and hob is like, it's too hob, not enough mango for me. But I don't know, maybe I'm just not into mango habanero anymore because like I got it from Wingstop. Granted, I'm not into Wingstop anymore either.
Same.
Just because it's not very good. But I think it's because the last time I've gotten like that, like the only thing they had that I liked was the mango habanero wings, and I got them a couple times, and I was like, it's not very good, and then I just stopped going to
Wingstop
Wingstop.
had whenever they had Serrano pepper glaze, that was my shit. It was the best sauce Wingstop ever came out with.
I guess I get
Yes.
the Cowboys, whatever Cowboy sauce that Wingstop called. There's a place by my
Oh,
house.
the like the flaming hot lemon pepper.
Yeah, the place by my house, it's called Wings Over Fort Worth. They have a buffalo lemon pepper, which is literally just like a hot buffalo with a bunch of fucking lemon pepper on it. And
Yeah,
I
I've never
steady
been a
getting
Buffalo
that.
fan.
Perfect. I love buffalo
That's
sauce.
not my
I'm with
sauce.
you, Kyle.
That's not my
I'm
sauce.
I'm with you. I'm not a huge
No,
Buffalo fan.
for sure. If I like buffalo every now and then for sure, but it's not like my go-to. But with the lemon pepper on it, I just stay getting it.
I love
It's
buffalo.
just so good.
The best wing place I've been to, I think, so far is Wing Bucket. And that shit is
I think I
c'est
ordered.
magnifique.
I don't know. I fuck
hate-
with Pluckers pretty hard. I just hate that. I hate going to Pluckers. Like, I
It's
like
gone
Pluckers a
downhill, in my
lot.
opinion.
I just hate fucking going there because it's always so goddamn busy.
Yeah, Pluckers used to be like a go-to spot for me, but the one in Arlington just took such a fucking hit, and it was just shit
ass,
for
bro.
such a long time. So that's really
I
turned.
mean, Arlington as a whole has taken a hit.
that is
so
a fact.
Bro,
But-
I hate Arlington. From the north side to the south side, from the east side to the west side. Always fucking traffic. The rudest fucking people are always there. Like, you get terrible service. Like, because all the people suck, like, the servers don't give a fuck. Like, I never go to like, if I will intentionally go to fucking Mansfield or Grand Prairie or fucking Fort Worth or fucking, what's north? Euless?
Irving, Bedford,
Bedford, Euless? Yeah.
HEB area. Yeah,
I will go anywhere else but Arlington. I don't do shit in Arlington.
I
Like,
literally only go there to see my parents and to see one specific friend.
yeah, I have to go there a lot, but if I'm there, I won't do anything there. Like,
for sure.
Like, because Natalie's mom lives in Arlington, not to dox, you know, somewhere in the giant 2 million person sub metroplex city. Like, and so we're there all the time, but like, I'm driving somewhere else if we're doing something. Like, I'm not doing shit in Arlington ever.
I really took it.
yeah, my mom lives out in Arlington, so that's the only time I ever go out to Arlington other than to get my hair cut. And
feel
she
like
always wants to have like
Arlington
dinners
took
and
a
stuff.
big hit whenever the stadium moved there.
Because it lowered the value of everything, right?
Yeah.
So all of the businesses got super busy, and the businesses kind of took over, but all of the property value went to shit, right? So like anything around the stadium that was worth money, like instantaneously became like
Worthless.
projects. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
the poorest part of the metroplex now is Arlington. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good place to have a business because there's so much traffic. But as far as living there, like, I like every time I get on Cooper, I literally want to blow my fucking brains out. Like that, or if you have to go over 360 on 20, blow your fucking brains out.
Yeah,
92% of
bad.
the time.
360
Like,
on 30 is pretty bad too.
Like, I didn't realize, like, how little time I spend in Arlington until just now. Like, I mean, I've gone to caves a couple times in the last couple of
fuck
weeks.
no.
I haven't been to caves. in like a year.
I still like caves.
I
Caves still has that
enjoy going to
charm.
caves.
Also, I'm
They have,
30
like, a
now, bro.
grill
I just don't
in
want
the back.
anywhere
It's
that's
weird.
loud.
But I also see James Gammon there, so I'm
That's
okay
the
with
biggest
going to
plus of caves.
Yeah,
Hands down.
It's the hugest plus.
He is such a good guy.
You do gotta love some James Gammon. That's a solid
Facts.
dude.
Literally bought me a gun.
That's a solid
Pretty
dude.
neat.
I got his TikToks for a while, but then he stopped, I guess, making them or something because I don't get.
TikTok now has a friends tab. Do you guys have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What?
came up on my friends tab. Like you can like go through your friends' posts.
Where do you see this? What is that?
It's just
I don't
like-
know what it
It's right next to the
replaced.
search. It's like the bottom left
Yeah.
now.
Nope, I don't have that.
It literally just says
You
friends
got that
like right there
update?
at the bottom. See?
Oh no, I don't have that. Maybe my TikTok is outdated.
Focus,
Yeah.
please.
I remember I had the scroll bar before everybody else.
The scroll bar
Back
was
when the
lit.
scroll bar
I
was
used it a
fresh.
few times, but never again.
I feel like Moon Knight's the easiest fucking cosplay, and I've seen so many of them.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Just buy a
Mr.
white
Knight
suit
with the
and
suit?
put some LEDs in a
Suit,
mask.
yeah.
You're Gucci. Just make a fucking
Yeah, it is pretty cake.
paper mache mask
That was ex-
with some LEDs. What pisses me off is I have never seen the Mark Spector Moon Knight. I only see
Yeah.
the fucking.
For the same reason you just said.
I know.
Kyle.
I'm just saying, like someone step the fuck up and make a Mark Spector Moon Knight
See it-
cosplay.
oh, come on. Less
Like
than a month, I
it's
think.
it's so much better.
It is, but it's a lot in depth.
Yeah,
I
you're a
haven't seen
mummy,
any of
bro.
Mr. Knight. I've only seen Moon Knight cosplay.
Say again.
I said I haven't seen any Mr. Knight cosplay. I've only seen Moon Knight cosplay. Mark Spector versus the other guy.
Steven Grant.
You've seen Mark Spector Moon Knight cosplays?
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of. There's one specific dude that I like watched a whole series of him like printing off the fucking like 3D printing.
They do the whole suit though.
I don't think he 3D printed the whole suit, but I think he did the whole suit. Yeah.
I haven't seen a single Mark Spector Moon Knight. I've only seen the Stephen Grant Moon Knights. Yeah.
I think it's just because it's basically a beanie and a white shirt with a vest.
Well, the ones I've seen are super. They're high quality, right? They're actual like white suits, and they have like face formed mask, like paper mache face formed mask with LEDs. Like they're good quality, but I mean, it's the way less
paper mache and good quality.
There's that little kid one.
Yeah,
have you not seen that?
The little kid one was
a little Moon Knight.
Pretty solid Moon Knight cause.
Yeah.
So
you're not taking a drink when everybody else did.
Couldn't be me.
We're looking at getting a miniature dapple long haired dachshund.
What the fuck is a
the
dapple?
Fuck did you just say? Is that a Pokemon?
Dachshunds are like one of my least favorite dogs.
Why?
Really?
They're not like with little dogs. I like to hold them like a baby, and dachshunds aren't that bendy. Which just ruins the whole point of a small dog for me.
Bend, isn't it? Isn't that the sausage dog?
Yeah. You can't put it on its back. Have you tried to put like that kind of dog on its back, or like a corgi on their back? They don't. They don't
like
fucking,
Scottish.
They don't fuck with it.
If you've never seen a dachshund in person, why are you getting one? All right,
you can see one in person every day. He's like, I've been depleted.
We're not getting another big dog.
I want a beagle.
Why? Big dogs are the best.
Yeah, except like for your entire house, they're just ass.
I mean,
y'all don't have a big backyard.
Tiny dogs.
We have a pretty big backyard.
So there's that.
Oh yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Seen snaps.
We've also.
They're just like more expensive in every way. Like
they do be eating a lot of food.
Little dogs last forever too. Like. It's like the
bigger
your dog, the shorter lasts.
Bro,
my lab lasted 4 years.
Oof.
Yeah, really?
Yikes.
That's wild.
Done 17, dead in 2021.
I feel like there was some sort of external factor there. Or not external.
Yeah, but I mean, you get those more with bigger dogs. Bigger dogs just...
I don't know, I guess...
Natalie's got a 21-year-old Chihuahua.
That's just because Chihuahuas refuse to die.
One of my dad's really good friends had a 22-year-old lab, black lab. His name was Dar. I grew up with that dog.
I'm not saying that all dogs. I don't speak in absolutes. I'm just saying in generalities, bigger dogs don't last as long as smaller dogs.
Give you an absolute.
True.
I mean, bigger dogs do have a lot of health problems.
A lot.
Like Great Danes.
Like even Australian Shepherds, they have issues. Labradors have hip issues. They're like more prominent.
Most big dogs are going to have hip dysplasia.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I want a beagle because it's like I'm on team big dog for sure. Like when I eventually own my own house, I'm probably going to buy like a German Shepherd, or I really want a Rottweiler. I don't know. But
every beagle I know is
I don't
pretty shitty.
Well, I think it's just that's all the owner really. But I would like a smallish dog. I don't like real small dogs like Chihuahua. Like I don't want that small. I feel like Beagle is like a perfect, or like an Australian Shepherd. It's like a good middle ground.
You're talking about a miniature Australian Shepherd because actual Australian Shepherds are big dogs. I have a miniature Australian Shepherd.
Oh, well then, yeah, sure.
I don't have a toy Australian Shepherd, and it's big for the miniature size, but I have a mini Australian Shepherd. I have like probably the biggest.
Supposedly a mini, but they don't. I don't think they.
No, but full sizes.
Full breed like Australian Shepherds to be like specific sizes is something that I learned I think a while ago. Like they say that they're that size, but 9 out of 10 times they grow to be bigger. Like your breed is a random, like it's a regular size Australian Shepherd, just like Sarge is.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't think I've ever seen
Sarge is bigger.
I've never seen an Australian Shepherd that wasn't like the size of your dog, Kyle.
Yeah,
But then everything
like,
you've
aside
seen
from
is in
Tanner's,
miniature.
because
If
Tanner's
you
is like fucking tiny.
Google an actual Australian Shepherd, and those motherfuckers are the size of labs, bro.
They're the size of border
Cypher
collies, for sure.
Cypher PK has 4 of them.
Border Collie is also super random. I have a Border Collie and she's tiny. And then her sister is
I think, are you maybe thinking of Australian Shepherd?
That's what I fucking have. I have an Australian Shepherd.
Or not Australian Shepherd.
I have a miniature Australian Shepherd.
If I would ever get a small dog, I get a Scottish Terrier.
But it is on the big side. I want a Jack Russell Terrier.
Monocle on them.
But now that when they agree to it,
I
so
kind
we're
of
gonna get
had
an adoption.
one. My dad got my mom one when I was like kind of growing up, and like most of our family dogs like bond with me for whatever reason, and that's what like this Jack Russell did. And like aside from like when she was hanging out with me, she had so much fucking energy. She was never calm. She was always like running around fucking some shit
Yeah, it's
up.
just terriers, period.
They're like
Terriers,
work dogs
period,
for sure.
Beagles are like that as well, so get ready for it. Zoe,
That's what I was saying.
Zoe
That's what I'm
has so
saying.
much fucking energy all the time.
Yeah.
Aussies are supposed to be super high energy dogs as well.
Zip would have been,
Like
but
most small
I broke,
dogs, aside from like the fat ones.
I broke his
Like
leg
the
like right after he
genetically
was
fat.
born, so he spent like the first like 8 weeks just like recovering. So now he's
Chilling.
super chill.
So you did it on purpose, huh?
I did not. There was iced
So
over
that's
on my
what you
deck.
gotta do.
He said,
You got to misery that motherfucker.
somebody's got to pay the price.
No, but here, you want to
It's
see these
not
puppies?
me.
We're gonna get a Dapple
Sarge's
is kind of like a
super amazing.
Merle of the.
You're saying words at this
Merle
point.
is a multicolored dog. Like
Yeah.
Sarge is a Merle.
I know
technically,
that
because
I
he's
knew
blue,
that Eric
white,
was gonna
tan.
understand what I was saying.
Kyle, your Aussie's a Merle as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
like
it's
when we
multiple
when we
colors,
get
like the white, the tan, the blue. Like
Well,
it's
you know,
all-
just send it in the group
that's
chat.
the
Multitude
miniature
of colors.
Dapple long-haired dachshund we're looking at.
That is pretty fucking adorable.
It's also $4,000.
That does not surprise me.
This is like a lighter
Go to
version
the pound.
of the Merles. Like it still has like the shading, but it's less prominent.
Well, the Mavs game is over.
Hey man, we lost the first game against the Suns and saw how that turned out.
Didn't we lost
And
the
it's at
first
home.
game
It's
against
kind of
the?
expected.
Yeah.
Like usually home games are expected to win, yeah.
It's at
No.
it's in Golden
It was
State,
at
yeah.
It was
Golden
at Gold
State.
State, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll play better.
Mavericks
in game
proving
two.
yet again that Dallas teams should be able to win, and they're the only ones who can.
I've been real tempted to get a cat lately. Back to the animal subject.
I've been thinking about getting a cat as well, but like a Bengal.
Cats are cool in that
A
they don't
tiger?
need as much attention as dogs, but like when you want to give them attention, they're about it. But they fucking suck in the sense that they don't give a fuck about your house. Like, one thing that we can't do right now that we still fucking do is we can't leave cups with water around because that bitch will knock it over every fucking time, right? But Charlie a lot of times will like drink water like at the dinner table, and like she'll put her plate up, but she'll leave the water and wake up the next morning and then motherfucker's knocked over 10 times out of 10,
It's
bro.
just cat quirkiness, though.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
great.
That
Like
shit gets real annoying.
it gets real
Like, it's a
annoying.
real
Real
unquirky,
fucking-
pretty
I guess,
fucking
like,
cat.
just
I
wait till
don't-
it's 3:30 in the morning. You got water on your nightstand because you get fucking thirsty, and that
No,
bitch
I
is
mean,
on
like,
your fucking
no, for
face,
sure.
bro.
Like, I've lived with multiple cats before. I just haven't lived with those types of cats. Like, the last cat that we lived with, Fish, like, at the very most, if you had an uncovered drink, he might, like...
Dunkapal.
Dirty
Not
ass
even-
balls.
No, not even, like, this is his head. Like, he may, like...
That's your hand,
do
Nathan,
the thing
actually.
where he puts his ears
That's a
back
male
and kind
hand.
of puts his head in the cup.
What was this? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Putting
What was
his ears
this
back.
Yeah,
oh,
when they
okay.
put their ears back.
They hit the aerodynamic mode.
He likes to lick the condensation off of cups.
I'll lick
and
something
you were
off your
gonna say.
cup, bro.
maybe steal a straw. And then Bruce, he pissed on a bunch of. He wasn't really a cup tipper. He was a floor pisser. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And he was
Those
a
are the
TV
worst smelling
percher.
homes. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's the thing that's like put me off from getting a cat again. One was like the experience of like when I owned a cat, like he peed on everything, so I was like, well, that sucked.
You gotta get them neutered.
Yeah, and then like cause like the last cat that I was around, Fish, like he was neutered and he didn't really he used his litter box. He didn't fuck around.
I
Sailor
lived with such a
also is
big
neutered.
stigma of like how cat people's homes smelt, because like the only time I'd ever been around cats was like people who didn't necessarily like the cat took care of itself, and it was just pungent.
Like I also want to. They're expensive, but like I would buy one of those like self cleaning fucking litter boxes that like when they shit it like spins and puts all the shit in like a thing that I can just. Because I'm not about to shovel no fucking.
So what do you plan on doing when your dog shits somewhere? You still have to handle shit. Is my point. Understand?
How'd you get a dog though?
Because you say you don't want to shovel shit instead of picking it up with a plastic bag in your hand.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, granted, I don't. The last dog that I had for a couple weeks, I didn't have to do that. He just shit in the yard, like my yard, and I definitely wasn't like if my dog shit in my yard. I'm not picking that up.
Yeah.
Until like it gets like when growing up, we would have to because like my German Shepherd would shit in one specific spot, and I'd be like, "There's too much shit out here. Like we gotta." Break this up, put it in the
I'm gonna have
compost
to
pile.
figure something out for like later whenever I want to use my yard fully. But like right now, when it gets picked up by the fucking lawnmower and they just keep pushing. So
fertilize.
Yeah.
And for the most part, like you don't have kids, and until I would imagine that like for the most part, the only child that is going to be over there is Parker, and like I don't think he's playing in the yard age yet. So
yeah. In the front
All
yard.
right, let's go out here. That has what episode is this? 23, 24?
23, I think, right?
23.
This is 20 something. If you want to know what it is, look at the title.
Facts.
Fucking idiot, you dumb piece of shit.
But yeah, it's been this episode. Sorry that we've been inconsistent recently, but it is what it is.
Life comes at you fast.
And then you die.
He was wearing a Lisa Simpson shirt. All
Facts.
episode.
Totally.
But
yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.